If you're thinking about buying land in Middle Tennessee, whether it's a small farm, a homestead, or just a few acres to build on, it can feel a little overwhelming. Land is very different from buying a house. There are things you need to know about access, utilities, soil, zoning, and a lot more. So I want to give you a simple framework I use when I talk with buyers. It's an acronym that is buy land. The B is budget. So the first thing is budget. And with land, budget is more than just the price of the property. You also need to think about clearing the property. You need to think about driveway installation, septic system, well or a water tap, power connection, survey or soil work. Sometimes buyers find a piece of land they just love, but after adding the cost of getting it ready to build on, it just doesn't make financial sense. So the question I usually ask people is, what budget do you want to stay within, not just for the land, but for making it usable? That one question can save you a ton of frustration. The second thing is use. What are you actually planning to do with the land? People often say they want a small farm, but that truly can mean a lot of things. For some people, that means a place to build a home, a garden with a few animals. For others, it means horses, livestock, a working farm. And then for some, it's recreational, it's hunting, it's a weekend cabin, it's just privacy and space. Your intended use affects almost everything: zoning, soil suitability, acreage needed, location. So before you even start looking at listings, get clear on how you want to use the land. And then why, your location. Next is location. So Middle Tennessee has a lot of beautiful land, but every area has a different feel. Some buyers want to stay close to Nashville. Others prefer areas like Columbia or Dixon or Shelbyville or Tullahoma or Lebanon or Watertown. And sometimes people realize they can get a lot more land if they're willing to go 30 or 40 minutes out. So ask yourself, how close do I need to be to town, to work, to schools, to the airport? That helps narrow the search dramatically. The L is for land characteristics. Now we get into the land itself. Land characteristics matter more than people realize. Things like topography or soil type or flood zones or tree coverage, road frontage. For example, 2 10-acre properties might look similar online, but one might be easier to build on and the other could require significant grading or clearing. This is where walking the property and understanding the land becomes really important. And then A, access. Next is access. So this is one of the biggest mistakes buyers make. You want to make sure the property has legal access, not just physical access. That means recorded easements, clear road frontage, no disputes with neighbors. It also affects things like utilities and driveway installation. So if access isn't clear, it can create major issues later. And then N, natural resources. The N in buy land stands for natural resources. This includes things like timber or water sources or soil quality, wildlife, pasture potential. For buyers looking for a small farm or homestead, these things matter a lot. Good soil can mean productive gardens or pastures. Water sources can add both value and beauty to the property. And wildlife and timber can create recreational opportunities as well. And indeed, development potential. Even if you're planning to build one home, it's important to understand what that property allows. Questions to consider: zoning restrictions, minimum lot sizes, septic feasibility, utility availability, future subdivision potential. Sometimes land has more potential than people realize. Other times there are restrictions that affect how that land can be used. Knowing that up front helps you make a better decision. So when you're looking at land, just remember the framework: buy land, budget, use, your location, land characteristics, access, natural resources, development potential. And if you're currently exploring land in Middle Tennessee, whether it's a small farm, acreage to build on, or recreational property, I'd be happy to walk you through the process and point you toward the properties that actually fit what you're looking for. You can reach out anytime.